Hello guys, this is Rock, also known as Tarabator, and today I'm here with an Atago gameplay commentary. Well, I was looking for a tier 8 moneymaker, and I thought, okay, I really do enjoy the Japanese cruiser gameplay a lot, so why not the Atago? And I bought this last week, and I have to say I'm extremely happy about it. I was having reservations about paying this much for a virtual ship, but in the end, I am extremely happy, and I can safely say that this purchase has been worth it. But anyway, I wrote a Atago review on my blog, so you can check it out if you want to read the strengths and disadvantages of the Atago in detail and why it's a very good ship for its tier. But anyway, let's talk about the match here, and I'm also gonna talk about the Atago a little. The Atago is pretty much a Myoko. Well, with some upgrades. For example, it has better armor, and it has the same gun layout, and it shoots a little slower than the Myoko. Um, the Myoko shoots up slightly faster. About it has about 13.5 second reload. This thing has 15.8 seconds of reload, but it's alright. Um, it has worse AA than the Myoko, but it has two forward-pointing torpedo launchers, and that's a first for a Japanese ship. No other Japanese ship has forward-pointing torpedoes as well, except Zao, but it still doesn't have those amazing torpedo angles the Atago does. So you can shoot torpedoes in your towards your forward hemisphere, which is pretty nice, and it has repair, which is the key point for the unique point of the Atago. It has repair at tier 8. No other tier 8 cruiser has repair. Um, and this is pretty big. And lastly, the Atago is the best Japanese cruiser, well, the best cruiser in terms of concealment. So it's a very stealthy ship. You can bring down the concealment to about 9.1 kilometer, which allows you to do the things like I am doing right now. In any other cruiser, this would have been a suicide, but here I'm still concealed, and I can work with my destroyers. I can get into cabs, I can capture stuff, and I can fight with my destroyers. I can protect them, and because of the repair, even if I do get spotted and get shot at, I can still repair that damage. You can come back from citadels, you can come back from fires. It's just amazing. And that ability alone makes the Atago worth it. You instantly have a advantage over any other cruiser you can fight. Well, except tier 10s and some of the 9s actually. But otherwise, the Atago is amazing. It has pretty good rudder shift time as well, so it's very maneuverable. It doesn't have any survivability problems. Well, no worse than any other Japanese cruiser, that is. But the stealth is just amazing. It and the repair. Um, so as you can see, I am pushing with my destroyers while shooting at the triplets, and they're very busy shooting our guys. But I think I annoyed the triplets enough that he's shooting at me now. Um, what I like to do in this thing is just get close to the enemies, or just wait for my enemies to get distracted and just dump 10 HE shells on them, and then just go disappear. It's just very easy, and it annoys your enemies a lot. And you have the best HE of any cruiser pretty much. If you can land your shells on the superstructure of the enemies, you can do a lot of damage, anywhere from 2k to 8k, even 9k is possible on some ship. On some ships, it actually depends on the armor of the enemy and angle of the enemy. Um, so against lightly armored targets, you can do a lot of HE damage. For example, some of the uh, US battleships like the New Mexico and Colorado, they take ridiculous damage from HE shells. But the Tirpitz is not one of them. Well, I'm still doing 4k damage to him, but um, I would have been doing a lot more to Colorado, for example. So I decided not to go for the A cap. We still have plenty of ships there. Instead, I chose to flank through sea and support this Amagi and hopefully catch their aircraft carrier as well. And I catch this New Orleans, which is a pretty weak enemy, but it has got the AP shells. They penetrate at some really funky angles, so you have to be very careful about fighting New Orleanses. They're not very durable, but they do have a bite, especially at close range. But with this Amagi with me, I have no fear, so just peppering him with AP. I decided to try AP, but it wasn't very effective. So I decided to switch back to HE again, because HE is always reliable damage, whereas AP is very unpredictable with the Japanese cruisers, pretty much. I can do 2k to 4k damage to him with every HE shell salvo, plus fires. I almost did 5k there. Those torps are getting ridiculously close, and I'm getting nervous. They're carrier torps, so they don't have much range, but you never know. So he takes 3000 damage, and he's on fire, but he has no chance. The mic is just chewing him up, and he's giving me a broadside, but I decided not to switch to AP. He's just gonna die until I reload again, and there he goes. Well, that's the thing with the Atago. Sometimes I just don't want to switch to AP when I see a broadside, because the reload is so freaking slow. So you have to wait at like 16 seconds per reload. So, and a lot can happen in 16 seconds. A broadside enemy may angle, they may turn, so just pretty much only shoot HE. It's just not worth it unless the enemy is just insisting on sailing broadside to you. And I said in Lexington, looks like he didn't get the memo and he's still hiding behind the island. And now he has to fight Atago and Amagi, which is very bad news for him. He's a very big target. And he's already on fire, so he is just finished. I'm not shooting AP because the Lexington was supposed to be a battlecruiser and it has some pretty sick armor. So it's better to shoot HE at him. And the Lexington dies, as usual, but it's so far away and this Colorado is dangerously close. So I decided to focus to Colorado instead. Did you remember what I said about the US battleship superstructure and how much damage it takes? Well, we'll see that now. The Mag is extremely low damage. It looks like he got citadeled by the Colorado. I don't know what happened there, but he's just gonna die to those torps, carrier torps. Now it's me and the Colorado, and I'm like, oh shit. I wasn't expecting this. I launched my torps and I slowed down, trying to go stealth. Because if I can tank this, I'm gonna go... Wow, that was a lot of damage. Well, I went silent. As you can see, I can salvage the situation, pretty much. But nope, he's starting to turn and I'm too close, so we're gonna have to fight this out. And hopefully our destroyer will help us. Did you see that? That was almost an 8k shot on him. On a superstructure. The Colorado just takes ridiculous HE damage. I just love it. Now we just need to set him on fire, and I'm running Demolition Expert on this, so he's gonna be on fire very soon. But he's making a very hard turn. He's juking my shots a little. He's going slower than expected. 4 shells landed and I did 4k damage. It's just ridiculous how good the HE shells on the Atago are. And my torps are gonna hit him too. We're good. He could have killed me with that shot if he only had shot a little lower. So if they hit my citadels, I would have been dead. Now the Revio is in my sights. And I think it has a destroyer. Oh, it's an Atago. There's an Atago behind him, but so he should be dead pretty soon. Looks like he's stopping, which is some very weird choice. Maybe he just accepted defeat, who knows? Or maybe his engine is out. Well, you rarely see carriers running last stand, don't you? Anyway, he's pretty much dead and I just switch targets. Well, he did kill the Atago, I think. So, you don't see that very often. He killed the Atago and I'm like, oh shit, he's gonna go stealth now and he's gonna pester me. But nope. I get an HE Citadel and he dies. And I look at the teams now. Doesn't look very good. They have 2 caps, 3 destroyers, 1 cruiser. But we do have 2 carriers and we have the ticket lead, so it's not that bad. Just gotta be careful with the Atago. He's pretty much full health. But I see this Mahan and of course I just can't. I just can't be patient. Did I say what your HE does to destroyers? It's just massacre. That's why I like to go out into the caps with my friendly destroyers. You can land 5k, anywhere from 5k to 9k HE shells, HE damage on enemy destroyers. It's just so much fun popping them with the Atago. I think there's one thing I didn't talk about, and that's the AA of the Atago. It's pretty mediocre. In real life, it had a pretty strong AA armament, but Wargaming decided to give it a pretty mediocre AA. Almost all of its AA guns are single-barreled, whereas in the real life, I think it had dual and triple-barreled AA guns. So I guess they didn't want to make it very OP, and they wanted to give it some disadvantage, but it's not a problem really. You don't really deal with the planes. You only need the defensive AA to throw off the aim of carriers, and that's pretty much it. I decided to try AP since this guy just keeps giving me broadsides. And of course, as soon as I switched AP, it starts turning, which is very annoying. And we're about to win, so I really want to kill this guy before the timer runs out. And I'm just expecting a monster AP salvo here. It looks pretty good. It's 11,000. It could have been better, but I'll take it. Now we are pretty much even in hit points. And I'm gonna have one more salvo. And he's still broadside to me. Another 11,000, the same damage. Just can't get more than 1 citadel. I don't know what's wrong with that. And we're about to win. Can I get the kill? Please. But I had switched to HE. Damn it. Just can't get the kills. I switched back to AP, but it's getting pretty late. Nope. Oh my god, no citadels. Well, by the way, the enemy has pretty much every cap, so pretty much need a kill to win. Nope, the Benson kills the Fubuki, and yeah, as you can see, that was some pretty decent match with the Atago. 150,000 damage, 3 kills. A lot of, well, not a lot of fires, only 9 fires. That's very unusual. It should have been like more like, I don't know, 15 to 20. Guess I was unlucky. And 2,500 base XP, which is pretty respectable for a cruiser. But no plane kills, of course, no plane kills. You rarely do get plane kills in Atago, unless you get CVs from lower tiers. But yeah, when it comes to the damage department, as you can see, most of my damage comes from HE shell hits, followed by AP shells. Fires didn't bring me much damage. Usually get half of your HE shell damage from fires. Or even more sometimes. I got 1 torp hit, got some secondary hits, which is pretty pretty hilarious. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you guys next time.